Close. It's not what I'm looking for. I'm not seeing what I want to see. I don't see it. I'm looking for a quote. Somebody named Gregor. Let's see. Comments on video on YouTube. Here, click on that. And on here, click. Education. Yeah. Few things I want to talk about. Today I don't have my headset anymore. Oh, I misspelled something. Pretending it's an I in that, isn't it? Thank goodness for YouTube. See if I can keep the grammar Nazis here. It's misspelled. Shut up. Don't care about your King's English. There we go. I. Put the I in it. There we go. Alright, got that going. Let's take a look over here. Good morning, people coming in. Today. Oh, no, I'm looking for a quote. Somebody help me real quick. There was a guy named Gregor, and it fits in with today, because today I want to talk about governing. I'm going to talk about democracy. I'm going to do a quick breakdown. Sister Diana, she reminded me. That's your name right. Plato hated democracy. Sometimes I get carried away and I forget and I get excited. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I'm looking for a quote. There's somebody named Gregor who said something about he who controls the mining and he controls the army, controls the world. Something like that. I messed it up. I'll try to fix it in a minute. First, I need to share the video and put it on public and do all the things I got to do first. Good morning, everybody. Happy morning, monkeys. Happy morning, monkeys. What's today? Today is Wednesday? It has to be Wednesday. It's Wednesday all day. All right. Who said that? Oh, yeah, Sigfried and Roy both find it in the house. Yeah, Sigfried and Roy. They used to play with Predators. They don't do it no more. I don't think they do, right? Sigfried and Roy, they're teachable. I think we should be teachable. I think we should let predators be predators. Hang on. I got a lot of stuff. Oh, wait. Don't get me so far trying to get me going already. Hang on, let me share it. Public share. Good morning. Are Sigfried and Roy still playing with predators like they're puppy dogs? That's what I want to know. Were they teachable? Were they able to identify a threat, mistaken their behavior, and change for the future? That's what I want to know. Or are they teaching their kids to play with tigers and bears and lions? Oh my. That's what I want to know. We're going to talk about government and governing today. That's all we need to talk. I think we need to talk about it. I think we do. I think y'all are playing with the government like it's a teddy bear. You don't really realize what a predator is. That's what I think. Systems predate like lions and tabby cats do. And we're still trying to educate people about these daggone tabby cats. They don't seem to get it. They don't get it. These are predators, people. They're trying to murder and eat you and all the birds and bees and everything in the environment. Knock all the milk off the counter and the Captain Crunch and everything else. These people, I don't know. Y'all need to recognize the predator. You don't recognize predators. They have predator issues. All right, hang on. Share it out to this page. I'm running my mouth. I don't know if I shared it out to my own daggone page. I share it out to my page. Good morning, everybody. What's everybody worried about? Kelly's worried about something. Brother Kelly already posted something. What is that? Exclusive phone call. Virginia National Guard. Yeah. Martial law. Gun control. Stop the poor monkeys with sticks and rocks. Cheer the government with bombs, drones, neutron bombs, atom bombs, and killing everybody all over the planet. Let's get them to take the monkeys and get the sticks and rocks from the monkeys. This is a good idea. What's going to happen with that? You know what, Kelly? We were talking yesterday, and I was thinking about that. I don't think that, honestly, I don't think anything's gonna happen. I know, and people like, my gun control people like, what you mean that's gonna happen? seen this before? I don't know. I feel like I saw this episode of Human. I kind of feel like I saw this episode of Human in America. They were coming to take your guns. Now, mind you, they'll do anything they can get away with, but I don't think that they think they can get away with it. But they are with the fun part, and I know people are like really scared like it's a revolution. The fun part, if there is a fun part, is the sheriff is actually right. And I guess the government's right too, the state, right? Because like we oppose posse comitatus. I got a lawyer friend. I was over on his page and they were talking about it like, well, they can't do that because posse comitatus. But if you look up the Posse Comitatus Act, that's for the federal government. They can't use the troops against you. They can't use the Army and the Marines and the Air Force. They do it all the time, but they can't. Not supposed to. Didn't Obama kill some American with a drone, got away with it? Anyway, they do it all the time. But in terms of Virginia, hell yeah, they can stick the National Guard on you anytime they want, because the National Guard is not beholden to monkey constitution. Yeah, I don't think they are. They're excluded. And DHS, why do you think Bush put in a DHS? They can come take you. But I don't think they will. I don't think they will. I think it's theatrics. I think they're trying to get everybody upset and discombobulated, yelling and screaming. Where my animation stuff at? How come I don't see? No, there they go. There they go. I need to see some angry face people upset. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't. I think it's a theatrics. I think we're coming into election season. Same thing with the impeachment. Get people focused on things that just ain't gonna happen, so they don't focus about anything important. I don't, because if Virginia actually sent in the National Guard to take away spears from the slaves, which is why I like to say it that way, because the majority of people like slavery and they like the colonizers being armed. They want Babylon to be armed. They want the Romans to be armed because they forget that they're barbarians and they were robbed and stolen from other lands with the same philosophy. If they did that and sheriffs actually did what they're supposed to do and honor the Bill of Rights and protect their city, because remember, sheriffs are elected. If they actually did what they were supposed to do, woo, you know what that would do. That might be the spark. I don't think the state of Virginia is that stupid. I think the state of Virginia is stupid. I just don't think that's stupid. No, because then you'd have people across the board. You got the Trump people upset too? Oh, come on. Stop it. That would be the spark that put Russia and China in control of everything, because the Rothschilds and Rockefellers run everything. And that would be the fun, is just to get Americans to topple their own government, their topple their own nation, send it into revolution so China and Russia can step up and send their troops in with the UN. I think we're being played at all angles. But no, I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it'll happen. Like, too many sheriffs in this land, too many people talking about the Constitution and freedom and stuff like that. I don't think they're gonna do it. But I want to talk about that day. I'm going to talk about, I think that's theatrics, election theatrics, so y'all won't get your government to stop bombing Portugal and robbing them. I want to talk about Sigfried and Roy. Let me turn the music off. Turn that down. Let's go to talking music. Did anybody find that quote for me when we first started out? Any of the first people, they're like, nope, I was not gonna look for the quote, because I joined your show just to watch and laugh. I'm not doing this for research. I'm driving my car, eating my bagels, heading to slavery. I have no interest in looking up who made that quote. There was a quote, although Beaufort should have got it. That's one of them intelligent. Beaufort is intelligent when he ain't making memes with people and talking about some nasty okra. Hang on, and putting mushrooms up his butt for psychedelic trips with some sunshine. Oh, that's my brother style. I'm just playing with him. No, there was a quote. There was an awesome quote, and I can't play the video because it was a history quote, because I don't have a life and I always look this stuff up. Maybe I can, you know what? I'm not gonna play the voice. I should be able to play it on here so you can hear it. I'll just read it to you. It's a quote. Somebody called Gregor said this, because I'm gonna talk about democracy and governing and using predatory systems that predate on us all the damn time to rule over us. I want to talk about that. It says oh, you know what? Who is that? Yeah, Patricia House. I was just thinking about you. You probably know this because you do a lot of that law reading. You do that stuff that I do. Most people don't read the law. They just vote for legislators. They have no interest in reading the law. People won't take you seriously because you keep posting pictures of Michelle Obama in a bunk. All right. Anyway, oh my goodness. Did you see Daniel? Oh, never mind. I'm not going to tell Patricia. You get her going. It ain't never going to stop. And then people yelling, cussing and screaming at me today. Why do you think that's funny? Because it's funny. They bomb people. It's fine. It's okay to laugh at people that drop bombs on babies. It's okay to laugh at them. We can do that. We're grown. Look at this. The treasury is based upon mining. The army upon the treasury. He's the fucker. This was a deep quote, and it fits in with today, in like endless wars today. And it all fits together. The treasury is based upon mining. The army upon the treasury. He who has the army and the treasury may conquer the earth. Somebody find that quote for me. I think it's somebody named Gregor. The only Gregor I know of. Mendel. I don't think it was Mendel. I don't know. I know Dr. McGregor, and he doesn't quote stuff like that. He just tells y'all to stop eating stuff that kills you. Stop eating predatory food. Ooh, does that fit on the topic? Somebody find that quote for me, because I think that quote is deep. It's something I think it fits in with today's topic. I do want to talk a little bit about democracy. I am going to hold the rant within 10 minutes, which I'm probably not going to hold the rant within 10 minutes. I don't know how it's going to go, but I will do this. I'm going to try to focus on the live comments. I'm getting all kind of complaints from the monkeys that's saying, you say my comment and that don't even make any sense and I look crazy. Yeah, I probably do, but it's kind of hard to keep up with the comments sometimes. But I'm going to try to keep up with the live comments more. I'm not sure if my brain can do that type of multitasking. I'm not sure if I drank enough coffee, but I'm damn sure going to try. Love my people. All right. So keep calm. Keep calm and stop putting predators and rule over us. Stop doing that. Sigfried and Roy did that. Sigfried, see, one time at band camp, Sigfried and Roy, they were playing with lions like they were puppy dogs because they wanted to make some money because they lived in a conflict-based society, a currency conflict-based society that requires poor people and impoverishment, the #1 killer of human beings on the planet. But people want to keep a system that requires people to be poor to die, because it's great for the modelers who model the society to drive you into going to work and doing your job, what you're doing today, which is what I'm doing today. Because we don't want to be poor. We don't want to die. It's the worst conditions. It's the way, it's what do they call it? What does Peter Joseph call poor? They call it a national health crisis. And it is. It's the #1 condition people die in. And so we have literally a model that's based in having poor people. You can't get rid of poor people if you don't want to. But that's why it's there. It's modeled to keep us working. It just wants to keep us moving. It's like a whip. It's a whip without a whip. Just keep cracking. And we keep working because we don't want to be them. we don't want to be y'all. If you're poor, we don't want to be you. We don't want to be and people above me, they hell no, they don't want to be me. No, be him. Have to grow some of his own food and I don't want to be him. No. He used to live on a budget. I'm not living on a budget. What the hell is that? So I think Sigfried and Roy were capable of critical thought. I think that what the tiger chewed on, what did the tiger chew on, his foot or his booty? I didn't forgot that, I don't know. But the tiger chewed on him. He was smart enough to say, you know what, this is a bad idea. They're blowing up other countries. The immigrants are running here. And I get why the immigrants are running here. One side wants a wall, the other side wants to let everybody in. And common sense says stop blowing up other people's countries. I get it. Keep putting threaters on top of my government. His throat stopped playing. Did he die? This may not be funny. Did he die? I don't think he died, did he? I'm gonna get in trouble. Like, oh, report him. He's laughing at dead people. I'm not laughing at dead people if he's dead. Let me say it real quick before they shut the video off. I think that we can learn from everybody's life. Everybody's here for a reason, even your war criminals. I think the war criminals die and have war criminal funerals that are very, very famous and loved up, and everybody hand each other chocolate and cherries and what was Michelle Obama and then Bush, and they all work together. So y'all will keep cheering your war criminals today. But I think you can learn from everybody's life. I thank the Lord, Yeshua Christ and Shiva and what are the other lords? Allah and all the other ones that told y'all what y'all supposed to do, and Mother Nature too. Don't forget the atheists. That George Bush Sr. was born. I appreciate the fact because he told us what the hell not to do ever, and who not to vote for ever, and what not to vote for. He taught us, and I think people are here just to teach you. I believe in the yin and the yang. All right, so if somebody found the quote, I don't think anybody found the quote because nobody's looking. Oh, someone found it. Nope, that's George Carlin. All right, so that's what I think. I think Sigfried and Roy, they taught us it's a bad idea to play with things that eat you. Now, What is a democracy? Is a democracy a good thing? I asked that question because Sister Diana reminded me that democracy is not a good thing. It is not a good thing. People love democracy for the same reason that gang rapers love gang rape, because you're going to get something out of it and you ignore who is going to hurt. That's why. I know it sounds bad, but when I think about it, the only reason I love democracy as a child is because I was told to. And I'm a little bit rebellious now about the things I'm being taught. Right? That's the only reason why people is to be apathetic against robbing Peter because you're Paul. And I think that's a mistake. Democracy is not a good thing. So why do you keep cheering direct democracy? Because it's a better thing. That's why. Not that it's a good thing, but it's a better thing. Like the whole reason, and this is why I got that Gregor vote, which is deep and explained back then. That guy said why we're here today, because of people who own the Treasury, who print the money, the Federal Reserve, and own the Army. If you print the money, because do you get that? If you, I said it right. Somebody find a quote. Now my thoughts are going all over the place. The Treasury needs the mind for the money, to print the money. The Army, they go get the mind because they steal it from other people. If you own the Treasury and the Army, you will own the world. You just got to murder a bunch of people. Does that sound familiar to anybody? Endless war, does that sound familiar? Then you need a nation dumb enough to send their children to go do it for them. All right? So no, democracy is not a good thing. We went to democracy because it was better than the lords, the kings, the popes deciding everything. Them representing us, right? That's why we went to democracy, because we got tired of them representing us. And so what did we do? We pretended to step away into fake democracies where the king, the lords, the coffers, the banks, and the wealthy, they continue to decide for us in something called a representative democracy. Nothing changed. It's all the same. All the same. So I think I like direct democracy because it actually is a step, right, where you get to decide. But it's not a good thing. It's a temporary thing. It's a thing to start to get us away from this nonsense, where we can actually decide that, it's a bad idea to be ruled. So I like direct democracy with a firm, hard, solid, sovereign constitution. I like that as a means to getting to a bonobo type society where there is no governing. Government is bad. Government is bad. It's a predatory. It is a predator. It's a human predator. And we got to stop not looking at the big picture, right? The future of a sentient species is not to be governed. It's to govern itself. If children can grow up, so can species. You can grow up. You don't need a mommy and daddy at some point. So we need to walk in that direction. But the elite, they stay elite. The cabal stays a cabal because they always stay in power. And we can't seem to figure out that they are our predator. That we need to go hiking in places where there are not tigers, but we keep going, keep going to the tiger. I gotta find the video. Did y'all see the video where they were riding an elephant? And that daggone tiger jumped up and tried to take a bite out of his booty hole. Did y'all see that? This is education is important. We gotta be smart as Siegfried and Roy. Let me see. Ichiban said, "Oh, which is the easier screen?" I don't know. I'm a little prejudiced to YouTube. I am, just because I need more people. I need more people on YouTube. So I try to prefer YouTube. And plus, your comments stick down there. See, Facebook is controlling y'all. Y'all need to stop it. Y'all need to stop it because Facebook was like, Gerard, bad Negro. Anti-war Negro, bad. Anti-Negro bad. Anti-white people Negro bad. And they spanked me. And so y'all went to YouTube. And then when they were done spanking me and forcing you to go somewhere else, then you went right back. And I don't understand that. Not everybody. So anyway, I'm a little prejudiced over here just because Facebook and we ain't on good speaking terms. Not right now. We need some counseling. Mark and I, we need to have a conversation. Don't let wealthy people control your behavior, people. Don't let, well, hang on. No, actually, there's one thing that you need to, y'all remember? One thing you need to follow the wealthy people on. Y'all remember when Dave Chappelle had that skit back when we were doing all the immigrant stuff and he was like laughing about Donald Trump? Hey, give Donald Trump a chance. Just give him a chance. Now he redacted that, but that's not the point. He made a joke in there. He said, you know what? He said, they're going to stop letting immigrants in the country. Are you sure? He said, rich people ain't going to pick their own strawberries. And he laughed. Everybody, it was the funniest thing on the planet. I was like, yeah, that's right. Because the rich people ain't going to get out there in the field. It's too hot. They ain't going to do that. Literally, I'm right down the street from a farm that's got blueberries, it's got strawberries, they got peaches and apples. And the rich people go, they pay to pick their own strawberries. They pay. It's the funniest thing on the planet. Somebody mentioned that to me yesterday. They literally pay to go on the farm, and the poor farmers sit back and they get out there in that hot sun and get to picking the strawberries. Mimic them on that. Mimic them. Because they understand where healthy food is. That's why they're doing it, because they know the food in the grocery store trying to poison them. And they're not like the wealthy, they're just the rich. They're just the upper class. They don't own resources. They just got a lot more than you do. Yeah, the tiger video. The tiger video was awesome. Oh, I gotta find it. Because the guy was riding on an elephant. And the tiger wanted the shotgun. Tiger wanted to ride shotgun. Let me see if I can find that real quick. I think that we gotta be smarter. If you know it's tigers in the tall grass, this is how that analogy might go. If you know it's tigers in the tall grass, then damn it, we need to stop walking our elephants in the tall grass. We need to be that smart. We need to at least be that smart. The next generation, all they want is for us to do better. That's all they want. They want us to do our best. That's it. The next generation, the only thing that they ask is what we asked of our parents. We didn't really ask, but that's what we wanted. Just do your best. Just do the best you can do. Hang on, let me see if I can pull this up here. I need you to see the tiger, because y'all still out there getting ready to give us the next tigerish government, predatory government. I think that's a bad idea. I think it's a mistake, but check this out. This right here. Flip that. Boom, 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 boom. If you know it's a predator, if you know that thing exists for one purpose, that thing exists to eat you, then stop voting for the tigers. You know there's tigers in this, like, they're not talking about it, but I'm gonna talk about it. There's tigers in the tall grass. Because you know the guide knew. That's not the guide. There's tigers in the tall grass, but you don't have to worry about them today because I'm here. I got your back in a stick. Here come the tiger, like, no, right now, you be in the tall grass all you want. See, and you know what? This reminds me of the Americans. Like, it's okay because we got a representative democracy. And this is like your government right here, like, yeah, it's representative democracy, but we need your power. We need your energy, we need your money. And so they keep doing what they always do. Continue to place another tiger in control over you and clap for the tiger. It's like people going to the zoo, climbing in these lion and tiger cages. It's suicide. Suicide by cop. They talk about suicide by cop. What about suicide by government? Think about that. How about species side, right? Because we can't seem to be as smart as Siegfried and Roy. We can't seem to be as smart as to realize that is a predator and we are its prey. We need a model walking away from government, not walking towards more government. We don't need bigger government, we need smaller government. And while we do that, we need to grow. We need to educate ourselves. Why are people violent? Why are people scared? That's why they want more government, because they're scared. So we take out the scary thing. And we don't need it. So no, I'm not a proponent of democracy. I'm a proponent of give more power to the people so that people can undo the power. That's what I think I said that before. So no, democracy is not a good thing. And if you go look up Plato, they skipped that chapter. We studied Plato in high school. They skipped the whole chapter. All of his speeches, all of his texts, all of his discourse about democracy. They skipped all of that because they wanted us cheering democracy. All right. Good morning. Good morning, people. I didn't greet nobody. Good morning. Let me go. Oh no, you know what? The comments, they got to catch up over there. So I'll read some comments over here. Here I am. Tiger was an awesome video. Yes, leaps out of the tall grass like a ghost, right? Well, that's how it always is. When you put predators in control of your government, they're gonna leap out that tall grass. They're gonna eat you. They're gonna eat you, and they're gonna eat your next generation too. People don't know what the Federal Reserve is, and they continue to cheer government that puts the Federal Reserve in that place. Let me see. I am only into a divine paradigm, not a low vibe government paradigm. Right, and Susan, you know what people call it? They call it a anarchy. They call it an anarchy. And anarchy is a bad thing. Democracy is a good thing. And they drilled that in our heads in school. And finally, the older I get, I realize, no, anarchy actually is a great thing. It's a great thing. The only species we know on this planet that developed a form of government where the citizens don't rape and rob each other and kill each other, it's called bonobos. The bonobos. So I like that society. I talk about it all the time. We need a bonobo society. Why? Because they don't put predators in control. The matriarchs tend to control that society, and they don't control it by force. They control it by you can't get none. That's how this is. It's not government. It's just the can't get none. Can't get none because the women get together and they're like, you know what? If you want some, you need to have good behavior. You need to do the things that we appreciate in our community, and you can have some. And it's a dangerous topic because I get in trouble anytime I go down this way because it really what it means is that we need a society with very strong women with the morals that they used to have. That's what it means. You don't like it, but it's true because the men just do what the women tell them. In a civilized time, in an uncivil time, men just hit them over the head and drag them in the cave. So we're in a pseudo-civil time. So we have a lot of women, a lot of them here, strong morals, strong women with good morals. But when you got, how Susan says it, low vibe. When you got low vibe men and low vibe women, well, no, let's say, if you have a bunch of low vibe men and high vibe women, what'll happen? The men gonna find a high vibe. That's exactly what they're gonna do. The same way they go out there and take baths and showers and brush the teeth, get jobs and do all the things for the women. But if the majority are low vibing women, you're gonna have the majority low vibing men. And I'm not blaming women. I'm just simply saying we have some real simple solutions. But if the women want the same thing the men want, they want the cars and the houses and the watches and the jewelries and the TVs and the cell phones and the small electric, all the stuff that comes from slavery and war, that comes from the mines that the army goes and steals for the treasury, then you have a whole low vibe society. We also got to be careful too, because being low vibe is low. Talking about low vibe can be low vibe too, and that's the weird thing about everything being cyclical. Got to be careful. Let me see. Damn it, he'll read anything that's put on the teleprompter. I almost do itchy. I don't have time to like, because we want to go through this like quickly. I don't really have time to read it sometimes. I try to pick a name of somebody I just didn't read something by, and sometimes I read something that I didn't want to read and I can't get it out of my head. But we have to talk about it because I already read it. Good morning, Rebecca. Bonobos are just violent. Both fine. Whoa. You being sarcastic. That is not true. That is not. But do y'all know the story of the bonobos? And he's trying to be funny. Y'all know the story of bonobo. There hasn't been a bonobo killing in captivity or in the woods. He's just trying to be funny. He's trying to take on the troll personality. Sit out there and feed hummingbirds all day, acting like he doesn't know the difference between bonobos and chimps. So bonobos, it's run by matriarchs. That's why it's run by matriarchs. But they rule on you can't have none, right? And they make sure that the men that get some, the men that do good things, right? And so when women decide, and we're mostly civil, what men do, then that's what the men do. Why? Otherwise, then you got to find a sex robot or something. I don't know. A whole lot of jellies or something. You're not happy though. There's one thing that make men happy. I know your husband. Yeah, I know you think it's playing video games. No, it's not. It's not. I know. He acts like that. That's not true. The only thing that makes him happy is you. Right? That's how we're designed. Now, mind you, society breaks us down, makes us stupid and foolish. But the reality is, men are happy when women are happy. When women ain't happy, men are quite grumpy, which is probably why we are where we are today. Because the women ain't happy because they live in a patriarchal, conflict-based society and they don't have any security. And so now all the men is unhappy. See how that works? And then on the chimp side, they evolved around, gorillas, and there wasn't enough food. And so the only thing that was scarce in their society wasn't putty tat. It was food, right? And so the strongest gorillas had the food. And so the strongest gorillas had the food, and the strongest chimps were what all the women wanted, were the strong chimps for protection. So now the strong chimps ruled. And of course they killed the women, ate them, raped them, and ate the babies, chimpicide. And they're just a very, very violent bunch. And then the Americans got chimps and they brought them as pets in the house, like tabby cats. Why? Because they're cute. Y'all seen the cute little chimps? Because like little babies, like you ain't gonna stay a baby. I know, it's fun. It's like the lion. Maybe this is how Siegfried and Roy got it. Maybe they were like little kids. Anybody know their story? I mean, they're smart because they didn't figure it out, but we can't seem to figure it out. They probably got the little lion as a puppy, like, oh, and so you see, little kitty is cute. And then the cat grew up and they died and it ate their fingers and their lips and their ears, like they find these old people have these tabby cats eat them. All right, anyway, I'm sorry. I know cat people will be mad at me. I'm just saying, they had a job. They realized the job was going to kill them. They decided it's a bad idea to work with predators, things that eat them. One day we're going to decide it's a bad idea to keep cheering governing, because the government is not the problem. Governing is the problem. That was my point. Democracy is not a good thing. We're told it's a good thing. The elites love it. You know how I know it's a bad thing? Because you turn on the TV, what they talk about on Billionaires News all the time. We gotta bring them democracy. Just every time you hear that word, think about gang rape. We gotta bring y'all gang rape. That's what we need to bring you. Where the elites can decide. Because that's what's still happening. The elites are still sitting around a table, and the king and the lords and the wealthy are all deciding what's gonna happen in your life. And you don't decide anything. You're like casting a vote for representatives, and nothing changed. You didn't actually get a democracy. But the whole purpose of democracy, I just think it's a step. It's a step to step out of government. Evolve a people. Yeah, lion puppies. Exactly, Patricia. Lion puppies. What are they lion puppies? Nah, I know they're cubs. I'm drinking my coffee. I'm gonna read the comments. It's playing on his page. Maybe the problem is on your side. Oh, somebody's having problems, Lori? Okay, I wasn't watching that. I meant Mark Johnson. What happened with Mark Johnson? Let me see. I like this guy. Thanks, John. Who's that? I like. Who's it? Ellen? Ellen, I love you, girl. Why you only like me? You only like me? She only like me, y'all. She don't love me. I love you, girl. You know why I love you? Because you are my family. You are fam. You've always been family, and we have been disconnected. Oh, look, she sent me a friend invite. We friends. We family and friends, y'all. Look at that. You gotta subscribe to me on YouTube too. We're 7 billion family members, people all over this planet. We are 7 billion family members, and we need to act like it. That's step one. Step one is not politics. Step one is not what you think other people should do in their life. Step one is recognizing that these barbarians all over this world, that they're all your family, that we all came from various tribes and we were colonized by Romans and Babylonians and Huns and Zulus and Britons. Well, not Britons. What do they call back then? The Vikings did some of it. And so did the wealthiest of the wealthy of all those groups. They ruled and they designed uncivilization, unsociety. And we need to realize that these people are our predators. These models of conflict and currency systems and banking, they're predators. Don't tickle their bellies. Don't do it. Don't do it. And damn sure if you have 2 kids named Siegfried and Roy, or Roy and Siegfried, I don't know how it goes, but don't teach them that the little lion cubs is fun and cuddly, because they ain't gonna do it. It's gonna end up the same way they teach the little people thought that the chimps was gonna be cuddly. Y'all hear about the Americans getting the chimps? I was about to say that. They got the chimps like, oh, he's so cute. Yeah, you go online, start doing some searches for chimps that rip their owner's legs off and beat them over the head with. There was a chimp that ripped off somebody's genitals. Now, I don't think he beat him over the head with it. I think he just threw it in the tall grass or something. He did something like that. But that happened all over California. They got them chimps. Guess what? In California, they kind of smart on that. They ain't got chimps no more. I think they outlawed that. We need to be able to identify a predator and say that's a bad thing. That's a bad thing. Democracy is a bad thing. It's a horrible thing, but it's a necessary step. All right? It's a necessary step to free the people. Coconut cream, honey caramel, oat milk latte. Itchy, what you doing? I hate it when my coffee is finished. Oh, you're drinking coffee. Okay, that sounds kind of delicious. You need to put a little hemp in there, a little hemp creamer. Zulu Nation. Right, Hillary. Well, see, then what they do is they give you the pride, because I used to do that. I was like, Zulu Nation. I couldn't even spell Zulu. I was a kid that, had my dashiki and my African medallion. I used to go to the Africa things, and what I do, I used to go to Philly. Philly had an Africom. We go down there, proud African American. And I went to school, and guess what happened? I went to school with a bunch of Africans. They ain't like us. They ain't like none of it. They didn't like none of it, and they all had money, which was funny. Oh, it was funny. It was fun. They was driving BMWs. I had my little hoopty Volkswagen Bug putting around there driving BMWs. Cause see, they were the daughters and the sons of the ambassadors and stuff. And they didn't like no African American. And that kind of like, ugh. That's when I think I first started questioning identity to a degree. So I was like, wow, I took on somebody else's identity that doesn't even like me. Hey, why would I do that? So I defaulted back to just black. But then after a while, it's just like, why do I need anybody's identity? This is stupid. Like y'all, I don't agree with none of y'all. Y'all don't know me. The black people don't know me, and then the Christians, they don't know me. They all mad at me, by the way. They don't mention my name to them. They report me and everything because they just want me to be Christian and black and American. They hate me too. I'm just not interested. I'm not a yogi, but I'm yogi. No, I'm not even yogi-ish. I just agree with the yogis. I don't think you should have an identity. I think there should be 7 billion different religions. It's either going to be one race or 7 billion different races, 7 billion different genders and sexual preferences. What else are people fighting over in Monkey World? King Gerard, King Kenyatta. That's me. That's me. I'm king of me. I don't care nothing about your predatory government. I'm king of me. I'm absolutely king of me, Lori. No question about it. Until they send the popo, and then and then I need to decide. You know, you got to make a firm decision when the police show up. All right, open that damn door. I almost ran yesterday, Lori. I was walking. My friend called my name from a distance. I almost ran. Sound like the popo. Yeah. I said, man, don't call my name like you the popo. You know, shoot, you got to make a firm decision at that point. You know, how king do I want to be at the moment? I live in a country full of slaves. Slaves okay with throwing me in a cage and shoot me in the street. Okay with shooting children and okay with shooting handicapped people in the street. And they're still voting for that nonsense. Hell no. See, I'd make a firm decision at that point. Do I want to die today, or how bad do I want to eat these mushrooms? How did what was his name? Denzel, how he say it in Training Day? So you want to go to jail, want to go home. When the popo show up your door, you need to make a firm decision. That's why I tell the kids, y'all, every time when the police pull you up, shut the hell up. It's not about them being police. It's about the fact that they got guns and you live in a nation with people that's okay with the police shooting you. And the problem ain't the police. So don't tell I'm blaming police. I don't blame police at all. The people vote for the government to write the law, and they're still voting for them. That's why the people with the Lives Matter groups don't like me. They don't like me neither. I say truthful things. I'm not here for y'all monkeys. I'm here for the children. My job is to do the best thing for them for the next generation. But you got to make a firm decision when they show up. I tell kids, always listen to the monkey with the gun. We showed the monkey with the gun yesterday. Okay? Always listen to the monkey with the gun. If they're 98% monkey and they got a gun, doesn't matter if they got a badge or a ski mask. Listen to them. Live to tell us what happened so we can move forward and make changes in the future. You know, if you have a government, like we said last time, or yesterday, I think I got to re-drill the point in. If you got a government that's okay with grown men body slamming children, 11-year-old kids, I don't want to talk about it because it's going to piss me off again, in school. I don't want to talk about it. Never mind. I ain't going to talk about it. I don't want to because I'm going to get upset and I'm going to say things and they're going to shut the video. I just don't come from a family where we stand around and watch people get hurt. And the government don't ever do anything about it. Like a lion, like a tiger. Every single time you step in that cage, that tiger eats your booty. At some point in time, you should stop stepping in the cage. The government obviously doesn't want to change its laws because the laws were purchased. Why? Because, how did we say it? Who was the quote in the beginning? Gregor said it. I gotta find the quote. Because the people who want the mines, the treasury controlling the mines, if they control the army too, that can control the land that has the mines, they rule the world. And that's where we live at. And people are like, yeah, America. Like, they don't include you, dude. You just cheer their flag. You just carrying their flag, got the red, white, and blue and all that stuff. Like, who's the brother that they killed? They killed not too long ago. Seth Rich. You just got the red, white, and blue. Like me in college, got all the Africa stuff. Africa! Dashiki. I was gonna grow my fro out, but my hair started falling out, so it would have been like a half fro. That's that Sherman Helmsley. What's his name? Jefferson's that dude. I look like him, so I couldn't grow a fro. I was losing my hair back then. Because I drink the water, it's got pesticides, got fluoride, chlorine, all that, so all my hair fell out. But walking around with their identity, like this stuff is weird. They make us weird. And I just decided at a certain point in time, I just want to be me. I don't care what y'all do, I don't want to be me. Yeah, the half road, Patricia. Don't, but you can only say it here. Don't say it nowhere. Patricia, what? I don't even know. What does your skin look like, girl? I don't think your skin look like mine. I don't think you can say it. You can say it here because I think it's funny. I laugh at everything. You say it somewhere else, well, them monkeys gonna come after you. They're gonna get some picket signs and Sharpies. You gonna be in trouble. All right. I just laugh at everything. I don't know. I think it's silly that we live in a highly controlled society and we're fighting each other over what's abundant. That's my biggest issue. That's why I always come back to that. Like, why are we fighting? We have nothing to fight. Like, what are the important problems in the world? Anybody got any important problems for us to discuss? What are the important problems? What is the highest priority? And I'm just going to warn you, if you say impeaching Trump, you're going to get a whole lot in your face. We don't have time for that. Not the monkey show. We're not interested in the stage show. We're interested in like real problems. What are the real problems? Is war a real problem? Okay, well, why are we in endless wars? Because we got endless mines. We have endless money. They print the money so they can get all the weapons of war. And we got a lot of silly Americans raised to cheer a flag and pledge allegiance to Rothschilds and Rockefellers. So they send them over there to rob the mines in other lands. That's why we got war. You get rid of the Federal Reserve and central banking, you get rid of war. Starvation. We got automation and robotics. We can feed everybody. We could have fed everybody 40 years ago. They don't want to feed everybody because they're predators. They're lions and tigers. What are the other problems? Rape. We already talked about that. You know, people, when they're raised to be mentally ill, they become mentally ill and they do mental ill things. When you have artificial scarcity, the neuroscientists and behavioral scientists said that. So there are no real problems in the world. We have an artificial world. We literally live in a matrix where they don't want to solve anything to keep us working. They need to keep us in fear of each other to keep us working. That's all it is. We're being farmed. Yeah, but what conditions were these creatures in? Which creatures? Not their fault. Raising consciousness. Yes, Hillary, raising consciousness. And when are people conscious? They're conscious when they have time to be conscious. They're conscious when they don't have to go to work to try to make a buck to put bacon on the table. They're conscious when they have time to think about beautiful things and vibe high, right? Raise the vibration, as Susan keeps saying. When you vibe high, you think about high things. And speaking of high things, where's Daniel? I don't see that. I see Bo Font and then Courtney over there. Where's that? Speaking of high, we need high people. And that's what Sag Guru says all the time. Like he says, I think people say he talks about cannabis and mushrooms and stuff like that. I love him. He's a great guru teacher to me. People are like, why is he your teacher? I'm like, well, because he's smarter than I am in a lot of places. Why? Half the people here done taught me stuff. Ellen, I just met Ellen. She gonna teach me a whole bunch of stuff. She know things. She been places I haven't been. Like, there's this thing where you need to understand that we don't need adult heroes anymore, right? It's not worshiping somebody to admit that they're smarter than you on a certain topic. Good example, Siegfried and Roy. They're smarter than me on lions. Why? Because they got 8x1. So I need to know what they know so I don't get eaten by that lion. And it works that way. Plato was smarter than I am on democracy. And right, the democracy tried to eat him, and he let us know, which is why they didn't put in your textbooks, democracy is not a good thing. And people are like, yeah, we're for the republic. And I'm like, well, hang on there, Sparky. Don't get too excited. What is a republic? A representative form of government based in democracy. So if its core foundation is the elites, the powerful, the wealthy, a few deciding things for everybody else, a republic is a democracy, people. That's the crazy thing. Like when you really start to think of things, you're like, dang, everybody's being scammed. Everybody. Oh, there you go. Dan. Hey, Daniel, what's going on, brother? Someone say cannabis, mushrooms, and mother medicine. Yeah, Daniel, he's one of our local education people. Educate me on psychedelics. I'm not going. Oh, that's what we were talking about. Because Sag Guru said he's high all the time. There's some people who are high on life who don't need to get high to vibe in certain directions. But and it's not about who's smarter, better, this, that, the other. It's just about where you were born, what you were taught, how much food you had. Did you eat tricks or oatmeal? Did you have water? Did it have fluoride? And I think you add all that up with your DNA and your genetics, and it's lucky that some people can tune into that high feeling without eating some mushrooms and smoke some cannabis and some tweeds. And he's one who said, I don't think he said he ever got high. I think he just said he's high on life. I don't think he said he doesn't get high. I think he said he is just high. I think life will make you high if you're not born into too much of a struggle to see it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm high all the time. And it doesn't mean that bad things don't happen. Bad things happen to me all the time. All the time. Why? Because I'm not playing by the rules. I'm not playing by the elite's rules. I get in trouble all the time. Bad things happen. People come for me like you would not. Half the things that happen, I'd never say on here. But I stay high because I know we're in a beautiful time. I know that we can do beautiful things for the next generation. I know we can do beautiful things for us at the end of our lives, assuming we even die. Assuming they haven't even solved this telomere stuff and we can't live to be 1,000 years old like Methuselah if we have an open source world and they stop hiding all the real medication from us. The real things, the astragalus roots and the things that repair telomere enzymes or reactivate them, so they start repairing the telomeres and everybody gets DNA. Their chromosomes go back to the way it was when you were 19. And it starts healing your diabetes, your cancers, your leukemias. Like, we live in a beautiful time, and some people can't see that. I get that though. But that's why I'm here. I'm trying to show people what I saw in the corporate world. I'm trying to show people, because I got high privilege. Daniel's gonna love that. I have high privilege, right? I was born with just a certain set of configurations that where I was born, because I had the mother I had, and the daddy that I had, and the skin that I had, the race that I had. Yeah, I said black privilege. Yes, I damn sure did. Yes, because I use it. I use it every damn day to help all the poor people out the best that I can. Help out my poor whites, my poor Asians, my poor Hispanics, and in the model. I had that at the right time, and so I had enough things to get high. I had enough things. I had enough food in my belly and water in my gut that I didn't have to think about survival. I thought about, what does a better world look like? Do you see what I'm saying? Hopefully that doesn't sound crazy to anybody. That's what I'm saying. Chimps eat their owners' faces. Yes, they do, Lori. That is fact. Yes, they do. Chimps crazy as all hell, and we chimps. And we eat each other's faces. We do. Look at Yemen. What are we doing? Eating their face. We're refusing to let them to be free. We're eating their face. Yes, we are. Absolutely. I got high privilege, and I'm trying to use my high privilege to tell everybody, y'all don't need to be struggling. You don't need to keep picking which tiger you want to go in the cage with. It's probably a bad idea to go in the cage with the tigers. All right, let me see. Gerard, do I have an invitation to your mansion? Susan, I do not have a mansion. It isn't any mansion-ish. It's not. I wanted a mansion, Susan, till I grew up. That's what happened. Until I matured, yes, I wanted a McMansion. I wanted a fast car. All right, I got the fast car. I used to have a fast car. I ain't got it no more. I had this thing called kids, so I had to get rid of it. That's another story. But mansions they're not efficient with energy. Mansions are for ego. McMansions are for ego. Some people are going to McMansion, people gonna get mad at me, but this is real talk. It's pointless to complain about climate change, CO2, cow farts, or whatever they come up with. You should not have a picture of Greta anywhere in your McMansion if you got one. If you got a big old house, too big for you, too big for your kids, and everybody got their own room, you need to get out of that. It's not sustainable. It is a part of what is destroying an ecosystem, and you are a loving, we love you hypocrite. But you are a hypocrite. Don't talk about climate change if you have a lifestyle that's based in destroying the climate. And it's okay, because you were told that. So was I. That's why I wanted. But no, I don't have one of those. I realized I'm being played. And so I said, no. I like a low budget life. Low budget life. The less I need from the tiger, the less I got to go walking in the woods with the tiger. You get what I'm saying? That analogy? Walking in the woods at night, and it's tigers. Every election, we decide to go hiking in the tiger woods. And the tiger always bites us like, yep, tiger bit him. Listen, y'all go back and watch my earlier videos. Trump got elected. I was like, y'all just chill. Let's see what happened. I said what Dave Chappelle said. Just let's see what happens. You know why? Because you know what's going to happen when you go out hiking in the tiger woods at nighttime. It's going to be tigers in the woods. And every president, same thing with Obama. I didn't vote for him neither. He got elected, and everybody, let's go walking in the woods. And they start go walking in the tiger woods like, oh, here we go again. Like, yeah, no, I hope that your president does good. I hope that your Congress does. I hope that the 2020 does. I hope it is the same story. They go walking in tiger woods. And you got kids dying in trailer parks and ghettos and burials and dropping bombs all over the world. And Mark Johnson, oh, he said something powerful yesterday. He said something powerful. What did he say, if I can remember? He was talking about, because he was a veteran. He said as a minority, and by the word minority, what do I mean? I mean poor people. Poor people. They come in all skin colors, shape and sizes. He said we were low budget assassins? Because he was in the Vietnam War, I believe. He said we as soldiers are low budget or cheap assassins. It was deep. I know I said it wrong. If Mark is around, he'll fix that quote. But it's powerful. We literally take poor people and send them to go assassinate people around the world to secure mines for the treasure. And it's crazy. But it's a deep, deep thing to look at the brother and look at the smile on his face and the things that he might have seen. Right? Like, I come from a military family. That's why I always talk about 22 a day. You know, stop sending these babies into the tiger cages. Because that's what the kill box is. These are tiger cages. We know better than endless war. Learned a lot, all recovered and more. All is a lesson. Oh, it's brother Enric. What's going on, bro? I ain't seen you in a minute. See you posted on Facebook. Ain't seen you around here. Let me see. Glad you're still here. Adam. Okay, who y'all talking to? Y'all ain't talking to me. All right, let me go over here and read the comments. I wanted to look at the news today. The old. I don't think that's going to happen. Because I'm trying to spend time reading comments, so Bo Font was not messing with me. He keeps making memes of me and saying I don't read the comments. Why do we call animal species and humans a race? Why are we in a race with each other? Ooh, where are we racing to, Susan? Susan! Now she gonna get quiet because I'm about to get on her. She's supposed to be doing live streams and having a public, but she said deep things. Why are we in a race? Y'all say bye, Susan. Bye, Susan. We'll see. He's going to talk about you for a minute. So we know you're going to leave, Susan. Stop commenting. Bye, Susan. Everybody say bye. Because she says deep things. And we need thought. Thought is just, where are we racing to? Do y'all hear what she's asking? Why is the humans called a race? Are you thoroughbreds? Are you dogs? What are they? Not the Dalmatians, the running dogs? Where are you racing to and who you racing? Why are you trying to outrace them? Why are you putting your kids in school trying to get better grades than the poor kids that don't have food and rice and milk and dairy and things so they can go to school and focus on the education? Why are you putting them in a race with people who can't race? Why are you putting them in a race with Tink Tink? Y'all remember Tink Tink? Where you racing to? Where you gonna go? Where you going? Have you looked at the future? Have you done any philosophy? Who's racing you? Who's in the stadium? Who's been training you? Rothschilds and Rockefellers in a society where poor is a requirement, but it's the number one killer. It's a human illness. Are they trying to solve poverty in that race? That's why I like the poverty. I think I posted that this morning. Are they trying to solve poverty? The number one killer of the human race? They're trying to solve, and it's artificial. Ain't nobody trying to solve poverty. It's a part of the model. It literally is a part of the model for people to die. So you can keep racing, so you can beat everybody else. Where are you racing to? We are a species. You always say deep things. Gerard Drover due for some ancient archaeology. I am, Ivana. I am. You know what? But it's up to CIA. Girl, you need to complain for them. You need because they control Google and my timeline. You need to complain to Mark Zuckerberg. He's the one that shows me y'all's posts. That's how I do this. I just wake up in the morning, I drink my coffee, and I start looking around. I listen to my teachers, and I look at your posts. And the only reason we're talking about democracy right now is because Sister Diana posted a question. You know, and there was something about, is democracy a good thing? And it's not. It's a horrible thing. It's a horrible thing to get together with 90. You got 10 neighbors. It's a horrible thing to get together with 90 of your neighbors and vote what the 10th one has to do to be like you. That's a horrible thing. And that's why Plato hated it, because it always ends up in mob rule. It always goes and ends in a tyranny. Why? Because the majority of whatever's popular at the time, and what controls people? The wealthy. Right, because everybody wants to be wealthy in a currency-based conflict world where survival of the fittest is based on currency. So everybody wants to be the wealthy. Same thing today. They watch TV. They want to be them. They consumer time. Guess what's going to happen on December 26th if you live in America? December 26th. Facebook ain't going to be useless. Social media going to be broken. All you're going to see is all the slave goods and black market products that everybody bought for their kids and bragging about it on Facebook. That's all you're going to see. I bought my kid this. They're gonna be on the Jeeps and the little riding things with the motors in them and the toys and the devices and all of that stuff. They robbed all over the world for slavery. And they're barbarians. They break people because so people want to be the wealthy. And so democracy always is controlled by the people with the most toys or the most jewels. Everybody else wants to be them. So democracy doesn't work and it can't work. We're not evolved enough for democracy, not on this planet. Maybe on Melmac 7, we're not evolved enough for democracy. That's how that happens. All right, let me see. December 26th is my birthday. All right, well, happy birthday, brother. I'm sorry to hear that both at the same time because ain't nobody gonna celebrate your birthday. They'll be too busy celebrating their slave market goods. But I'm gonna post happy birthday for you, brother. Appreciate you. We don't always agree neither. I don't agree with nobody all the time. I don't even agree with Saj Guru all the time. The question is, are we teachable? And we got to become teachable again, y'all. We got to swallow that humility pill. Tiger Woods, what'd he do? He screwed. They do that. did he get that healed? Did he get that? He got that penis thing fixed. He did. He's a man, and unfortunately, that's what it does. You give men power, they're gonna use that money, cars, and all that stuff to use that penis. That's just how it goes. Tiger Woods gonna get you. He gonna get who? He ain't gonna get me. I'm not. He's not my type. He's on the golf course going for a hole in one. Yeah, he is. But he gets it though, doesn't he? He gets it because he got the money and the power. And so people just throw the kitty at him. And I just think we shouldn't have that world. I don't think men should have power and money because I think the kitty needs to determine some values. When the kitty decides, you know what? Y'all ain't getting none. We do the bonobo thing. Y'all ain't getting none if y'all violent. Y'all ain't getting none if y'all warring. Y'all ain't gonna get none if y'all acting stupid. Y'all ain't gonna get none. And if we do that, if the kitties decide instead of the Tiger Woodses with those things decide, then we can build a beautiful thing. 18 holes in one. Yes, the citizen, that's what he's supposed to do. That's what he's supposed to do. We need to admit that and be honest with that and start using people for what they're good at. And men are not good at designing societies because look at society. Just take a look at it. How's that working out? How's that? Well, things are getting better. What's got better? Somebody tell me. Oh, please tell me. Please tell me. What has changed from the dark ages? What? Anything. I keep asking the question. Nobody answers it. What got better? What? We got more technology. Yes, we do. We have more technology. But is that better? And who has the technology? And are you aware of the most modern current technology? Whistleblowers coming out the woodwork to tell you about all the technology that we don't have that ain't going to show up on Enric's birthday on the 26th on Facebook because they keep it for themselves, as they always have. Ain't nothing gotten better. They legalized everything from the dark ages. They made it legislation. That's the only thing that got better. It's better for them. They now can do anything they want to you, your kids, your house, your family. They own the land. Nobody in America owns a damn thing. What got better? Nothing. We stupider. Yeah, that happened. It got better for us. We are dumber. We fight each other because of each other's skin colors because we're mad at each other over skin color from something that happened 100 years ago, 200 years ago. They got better for the elites, the cabal. They have fine-tuned and refined the system. It's definitely gotten better for them. Why? Because we have a democracy. That's why. Majority tyranny is just a part of democracy to be fixed. Yes, Adam, it is. And I love democracy. I grew up loving democracy, but I never questioned it because I was told to love it. I was told that this is the best system and the world hates us for our democracy. And yes, and that last part was true. They hate us for our democracy, not for our freedom. They hate us for our democracy because it makes us stupid and they use it to send our kids around the world to steal their mines and their minerals for the treasury. All right, I gotta find that quote. Nobody posted. Y'all do no work. Huh? Y'all just gonna sit there. They gonna sit there and they gonna do no work. I gotta find the quote. Because I was doing my homework this morning. I was people like, why are you always talking about Saj Guru? Because at the current moment in time, he has me questioning most of the narratives. I was listening to one of my constitutional professors this morning. What is this dude's name? I'm not afraid to post this video because I'll probably get in trouble. But I'm looking for the quote. I love doing this stuff because I don't have a life. So I like to look and listen to people who know things that I don't know. Here it is right here. What channel? I'll give a shout out. Give all the shout outs all I can. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for showing parts of it. What is it? Waters. I don't know what this is. I hate commercials. I can't stand them. I don't want to hear it. The science of what's possible. You don't even know what water is. Trust your science. This is why I love live stream because you don't never know what's going to happen. Trust your science. Trust your science. Your real science, not your corporation science, but the real science. Not the elite science, not the science they share with you, but real science. We have almost no real scientists. They're the poor people. They're not the wealthy ones. Trusted and busted. Oh, you know what that makes me think of? It makes me think of people out there still debunking. Why y'all debunking stuff? I mean, before we get into this, I'm gonna find a quote. I want to know why y'all debunking stuff. Oh, actually, here's a quote right here. Oh, that got better. You're right. That is one thing that got better. This got better because now it stopped where I left off. No, it's not that quote. It's another one. Yeah, some things got better. Look at this. This quote right here. His name is Gregor. He said this. Let me see if I can get the full quote in. Make conquer the earth. Oh, I went too quick. I didn't get better. Some things get better. But nothing important. That's just better because it controls us better. May conquer the earth. Who said that? Somebody, McGregor. I can't press the button because it'll go too far. But yeah, the whole debunking thing. I don't get that. I was talking to Brother Kelly about that yesterday. Why you got people still out there debunking stuff? Why are you debunking aliens? Why are you debunking Bigfoot? What's up with debunking the dinosaurs being alive? Why are you? What is your fascination with narcissistic sociopathy trying to find people that got some fantasies that love it? Like, if people believe in mermaids and it helps them to get up in the morning, why are you fighting with them? Why are you trying to tell them mermaids ain't real? What kind of ego hit do you get saying that, oh, it's a conspiracy and you live a fantasy life? They live in a conflict-based world, currency world where poverty is real and people die from it. If you need to believe in Loch Ness or Bigfoot, follow those guys to get up in the morning, leave them alone. Let them believe in that stuff. I don't get debunkers. I don't like debunkers. I love debunkers, but I don't like them. I don't like them. I think it's stupid. I told y'all a few months ago, I sat there and listened to a lady tell me about mermaids for damn near an hour. I could debunk. Why am I gonna debunk? Why would I use my privilege, things I know, to debunk what she believes in? Belief systems are for the inside. Why do I gotta let them out? Let people be happy. If you gotta take your Prozac, take your Prozac. Just go pee in the bush. Don't pee in the water. Don't pee in the water. Because nothing in the water takes Prozac out the water. It means I gotta take it in. That's a violation. Now you need Prozac and Xanax to grow up, get up in the morning. You need to go study Bigfoot and Loch Ness and stuff like that, some aliens. All right. But yeah, this is a deep quote because this is what's going on today. And what's this Crash Course? This is John Green, and he teaches. I listen to anybody who's teaching, and this is deep because people back then, this Gregor guy said what the problem is today. Right? When you have a Federal Reserve and they own an army, I'm gonna play it. See, hopefully I don't get in trouble. See what happens.
Above all, to feed the machinery of war. He wrote, "The treasury is based upon mining, the army upon the treasury. He who has the army and the treasury may conquer the earth." And
that's
a book written by Minister Cotilia for the Mauryan dynasty that made it clear that coins and markets sprung up above all to feed the machinery of war. He wrote, "The treasury is based upon mining, the army..."
All right, so it wasn't McGregor, somebody else. I can't play any more than that because I don't want to get in trouble. But it's deep. And that's the benefit of being taught. Crash Course. It's the benefit of being taught. Crash Course is on. Thank you, Adam. It is. Anywhere that there's somebody to teach you, go there. Go there and learn. I don't know who he said, who gave that quote, but it explains the world today. That what we have is a lion. And we keep jumping in the cage with it, and we keep giving it more power. And we're supposed to be barbarians and say that this is a bad idea. Gerard, I wonder why do things sometimes, Gerard, I wonder why you do things sometimes. I wonder why I do things all the time, Susan. I do, sometimes and I don't, and I realize I'm just indoctrinated like everybody else. Silverware, yes, silverware's gotten better, Itchy. Yes, absolutely. Silverware has improved significantly. We don't use sticks anymore, that's right. And you can wash it now and get the bacteria off. I think it's a value to debunk in a kind of way, because if we debunk the little stuff, that person might need to think about debunking the big stuff, the stuff we all need to debunk. Well, I mean, I agree with you, Deborah, to a degree. Like, I agree, you got to debunk things that are affecting our world, right? Like, don't, if someone's saying Bigfoot is real and they're the president, which, by the way, I'll let y'all know, I think Bigfoot might be real. He's on my scale. I think he's a Gigantopithecus, and maybe he's just living in a cave or something. I don't know, maybe, who knows? But if you're the president and you want to allocate billions of dollars to go find Bigfoot, and we got kids living under New York City and San Francisco and piles of poo and poo maps, now I got a problem. Now we got to debunk you. I agree with that. When it comes to like affecting the real world. But if someone has their own little sci-fi, X-creature, alien, UFO, the aliens have my baby stuff, just to get up in the morning, to me, that's like they're drugged and they're popping their pill. Like social media debunk, there's no reason to debunk people on social media. I don't do that. Like, to me, I love stories. I do. It's story time. And so sometimes I let people go ahead and just, do their thing. You know what I mean? So when it comes to the real world and things we have to do, like, we can't make Loch Ness a priority. It's just not a priority. It's fun, not a priority. But if you need that, then let people have that, because it's gone too far. Like, it's in this narcissistic space where people do it for ego. Like, I know something you don't know. And sometimes they don't even know what they think they know. They didn't do their research. And I love debunking debunkers who think they know it all and they actually didn't know what they knew. That's fun. But it's fun because I feel like I got to protect people who they built up a world. It's like abuse, right? Are the sociologists here? It's like abuse. Like how when a child is abused and they create these memories, they create like a false childhood, or they totally wipe out the memory because their body can't even exist if they think about the abuse. Like they can't get up in the morning. It's the same thing, but I think it's in a different way, right? Like they literally are building this fantasy. The earth is flat. And it might be flat. I'm not saying it's not flat. Don't start sending me links and channels and stuff. Earth might be flat. I ain't never been in space. I don't know. I don't debate that. But if people take in this stuff and then Tartarian and all the stuff, then I'm only I'm just tasting it. I haven't put it in my mouth yet, chewed it up, and I need to do that. But I have a lot of things I got to do in my real world, real life. Those things might have been true. But either way, if like people need that to function, then we should leave them alone. That's all I'm saying. We live in a conflict-based society. Okay, Gerard just wondered why you felt guilty about having a house and thought you might feel guilty because you had a mansion. Well, Susan, because I look at pictures, I have a conscience, and I see that there are single mothers living under New York City in subway tunnels back from the 1920s. I ask why. Like, why? Why? When I look at some of my white friends, because people like to talk about white privilege and this nonsense, why they didn't have parents. I got friends that, and one of my black friends, man, I hate those words because those are stupid. There's king stuff. But I'm just saying the colors because people get off on this race supremacy and guilt and fragility and all that stuff. And to me, I think it's stupid. It's racist. There's no such thing as well-meaning racism. It's just racism. I had a friend, his father died when he was 14. I have friends that didn't have fathers, and I think it's wrong. I don't think that world is just. Why do I deserve those things and they don't? Why did I deserve, the ability to go to school, get a degree, and have mommy and daddy? Why did I deserve to have daddy? We had great Christmases, Susan. We had great Christmases, and it's not fair. I grew up with Christmases where you could barely damn see the Christmas tree. We weren't rich. And my father told me that all the time. We weren't rich, but he was well-to-do. He was okay. He made sure that we had a comfortable life. Why I could barely see the Christmas tree, and we got kids in Yemen that can't even see a lettuce leaf. They're eating dirt. We got kids in Haiti, which is a S-hole country. Same way we made it, and France helped do that. France started it, we finished it. Why do they eat mud cakes? I feel guilty all the time, and I should feel guilty because it's a requirement as a human being that we empathize with people and we put their shoes on, right? And this is why, the people still believe that they're black. The way the slave master called them, they're upset with me. Some of them are getting it, some of them ain't. Some of them indoctrinated too hard. Why? Because when you say things like, you got a sitting president that says things like white supremacy, and I grew up with white kids that didn't even have shoes. They had holes in their shoes, and I had nice Air Jordans on. I had food every morning, and this little kid had to steal from the grocery store and get banned from it because his father ran away, and his mom had 4 kids she had to raise. When I put his shoes on, those shoes don't feel good. I had Christmases, and Christmas morning I'm playing with my toys, and he's going outside in the green machine that he had to steal for Christmas. Supposed to feel guilty because when you put on other people's shoes, your heart's supposed to open up. You're supposed to empathize. And I think it's wrong that we have a world where every child can have all the food that they need. They can have houses to live in. They can have safety and freedom. But we keep taking that safety. We keep taking that freedom because we try to pile up Christmas presents higher than the tree. See what I'm saying? Like, I had a good father. I had a fantastic father, but the reality was he didn't see the big picture. We didn't have an internet back then. We now have an internet. Most of our parents didn't know. We're supposed to get better than our parents. We're supposed to be upgrades from our parents. And so when we look around the world now on the internet and we realize, wow, just being a Democrat means I have to murder people. Wow, just being a Republican means that we have to have war. And say, you know what? War is not a good idea, because in war, like, it's the number one grounds where the most evil things happen. That's why I feel guilty. You have a big house, and besides, if I personally believe that humans are speeding climate change. I do. I know the truth community, they don't like it when I say it, but I do. I don't think that we affected much. I don't think we're as bad as we think we are. I think we got geoengineering satellites and stupid stuff we do for rainwater and economics that JFK told us about. But I can sit here and be in judgment of government all I want. If I'm not living sustainable, then who am I to judge Democrats and Republicans in office? They just have a little more power than I have. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, see, a mansion's a bad idea. When everybody got a house, then the house can get big. When we have free energy that's released to the public, then everybody can have a big house. Until then, we got to stop destroying ecosystems so we can feel like we're better than other people. We got to stop being apathetic. Coping mechanism to be happy. Yes, Adam, and that's what it is. Ooh, go on, Adam. Adam, drop the big ball. Boom. They're coping mechanisms. You know, just like the sci-fi stuff in Loch Ness and the Bigfoot. You know, people have houses and cars and things because it make them feel good. It makes them feel good, and we shouldn't have a society where people have to do drugs or Xanax or Prozac or drink till they're drunk or buy slave minerals in massive houses to feel better about themselves. To me, it's like it's a sign of insecurity. It's like how women talk about. I don't know if this is gonna go to the right place, but women talk about, you know, men who go through the midlife crises always buy the big house and the fast car and the sports car because they're overcompensating for changes in their body, the midlife crisis, and things are happening to them, and so they get these things. They're not exactly wrong, right? People do these things to feel happy, and people should be high just being alive. People should be happy just being alive. Washing the feet of the poor. Yes, brother. Brother Adam dropped a bomb. We need to wash the feet of the poor. Yes, you watch all this stuff. And they changed the name to Jesus so they could start wars and create a new religion. Yes, you all said that. Wash the feet of them when you're willing to. You know what I like to do, Adam? I like to talk to poor people. I like to talk to homeless people. Homeless people, some of the deepest people I know. You know, they're in the way of other folks just stepping over and going to work. But homeless people, they see things we don't. They're observers. That's what we used to do. We used to sit in nature and observe things. Now it was the monkeys, the bears, the coconuts, the insects, and the plants, and that's how we figured our world out. But you have a lot of homeless people that just sit there and they watch us all day. Walking to work, going to the cafe, somebody's not your husband, not your wife, taking the ring off. They just observe things. You know, watching the poor, what they need, not getting it, watching us get out of Benzes and BMWs and things like that, watching the big house and all the wasted resources, the mansions that get locked up at night, the big mega churches, while people live in cardboard boxes on the street and nobody's in that mansion because the man owned 10 of them, where the church got all kind of pews people can sleep on, but nothing sleeping on it but dust and oxygen. And the homeless people just observe that. And I think observation really, really helps us. It lets us to see the big picture sometimes. And we don't do that because we're so busy. All right, let me see. Again, direct democracy is no government. Well, John, I don't totally agree. I mean, direct democracy, to me anyway, direct democracy is a way for us to dismantle what the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, and all of them do. And it's a means of dismantling. But at the end of the day, why do we need a direct democracy? Like, after we get rid of this artificial scarcity society, all the laws that they put in, keep us scared and keep everybody, or keep people poor at the bottom and dying to keep everybody else working and proud and all locked up in ego. Once we get rid of all of that, get rid of that Bill Clinton Telecommunication Act, so we have free voices that are allowed to say things in radio stations and stuff, independent voices again, instead of the billionaires' media, then we can start to say, okay, we can do measurable fixes, right? We'll maybe make a law and see what happens. And the public can look at it, have honest discourse on it and say, you know what, this was a bad idea, turn that off. The war on drugs, we could have turned off overnight if we had a direct democracy. We realized that, well, one, you couldn't have it anyway because you got a constitution that doesn't give you that right to do it, a Bill of Rights. But then two, it's killing more people than it's helping. So why do we still have it? Right? So I think a direct democracy, to me, it's just a step. It's heading us back to no government. Our goal should be freedom. Our goal should be freeing the human race, not locking it into more of walking with tigers in the dark woods. Everybody doesn't want to be wealthy. No, Susan, everybody doesn't want to be wealthy, but most people want to rule the world. And to rule the world, you got to be wealthy, right? And we know that from consumerism. We know that because of our neighbors. And so not everybody does, but enough people do to actually get the world the way it is today. And that's why we have to undo this nonsense and go a different direction. When you realize that this direction is the bad way, go another way. Facebook will celebrate the board. Right, and we are the board, Daniel, and that's the problem. Y'all ever watch Star Trek? We're the board. Resistance is futile. That's actually what a democracy is. And once again, it's 9 neighbors getting together and deciding for the 10th that resistance is futile. If it so happens to be that the men are in power at that time, then the men will get together and they all vote against the women. And I think that's dumb. I think it's stupid. I don't think we should do that. I don't think that's evolving. I think that's staying where we are. But besides the fact they always lock it up anyway, so the elites are the ones that end up deciding. I'm thinking we can conquer Earth is part of the human's problem. It is, Susan, it is. And and the way I look at it is, but people are indoctrinated to that, right? Like when they do the studies into like people who came from like really impoverished environments and backgrounds and slavery and stuff recently, the next generation does all it can to consume, right? Because it came from not having. And so they say these things like, oh, I'm gonna do better for my kids than what was done for me. And we think that that's giving them crap made by slaves. And so they have a lot of things because they think that's a better life because the grass is always greener on the other side. Then the next generation realize that the grass isn't greener on the other side. So, I get that people are indoctrinated to do that. And I think that's why it's important to actually talk about it. So people can actually realize that, wow, I am doing that. I'm teaching my kids that having all the crap that the elites who did this have is a good idea. I'm literally making my children into the next cabal, right? And that's where John D. Rockefeller came from. That's why I call him Johnny D. Good, because Johnny D. Good was good. He was good as a boy. He was good as a boy, but he was great with math. And once he saw what the society did to his mama, he started Standard Oil and began with his cronyism and said, I'm gonna make sure I'll never live in poverty again. And now we've been on fossil fuels for damn near 100 years because his father was Tiger Woods. He got that dingling. His father was out there, had another family, screwing other women and was never coming home. And so Johnny D had to step up and be the man of the family, made sure that his mama was never gonna live in poverty again. And here we are paying the cost. Let me see, go another way, Gerard, if you feel guilty. I went another way, Susan. That's the whole point. I went another way. I stopped. I was in corporate America making as much money as I can. I was shoving it in a bank account. I was heading down that direction. Take my privilege and just screw the rest of everybody else. And I stopped. I went another way. So that's it, none. And I left. I'm living more a sustainable life. And that's how we fix things in our mirrors. We have to change us. And if other people agree with that, then I'll do them. Right? Everywhere I see something that's stupid, I go another way. I'm smart as Siegfried and Royd, or Royd and Siegfried, whoever. Because after the tiger, but was it lion or tigers that bit them? After it bites me, I go another way. Right? In the same way with the pharmaceutical drugs. I used to have aspirin and Bayer and all that because I worked in the pharmaceutical industry. And so I believed in all the drugs. And once I realized that, wait a minute, these drugs are synthetic, there's no such thing as a side effect, they're flipping genes through epigenetics, I'm not taking that crap no more and I ain't giving it to my kid. And so we took the medicine cabinet, took it off the wall, threw it in the trash. And I haven't taken a pharmaceutical drug in over a decade. Right? Water, same thing. You learn. You drink the water, it bites you. You realize it's fluoride, pesticides, chemicals, Prozac, and everything they're finding in the water. It kills the villi in your stomach and the flora and the fauna. It gives you disease and make you sick. You're supposed to learn. Say, okay, well, I'm going to go buy a slightly healthier water. It's not healthy, but slightly. Bottled water in the grocery store. Tap water is not for the drinking. So we have to learn to get bit and change. In my life, I get bit all the time. I get bit, I change. You might have to bite me once, but you ain't got to bite me twice. We have to learn how to evolve, keep moving forward. So yeah, I don't even, and so Susan, this is why you probably a little upset with me. But that's why I'm not interested in like most people around me, most women around me, because most of them, they want the big house, they want the car, they want the security, safety, and freedom, and I get it because they live in a patriarchal dominated society. I just don't want any parts of that life. I don't want any parts of the apathetic slave picking life. Like I get now we're on a plantation and the slaves are out there picking cotton and gaming in Africa and the Middle East and blood diamonds and everywhere else. And I empathize with them. And because I empathize with them, I don't want that lifestyle. I don't want to be an ignorant American. I am an ignorant American, and my goal is to be less ignorant every day. All right. Stop asking questions about me. Oh, this isn't about me. I don't know why. Well, ask me about me. I know about me. I want to know about y'all. Washing the feet of the poor, superiority complexes. Yes. Ooh, Miss Tree, speak on it. Because people have superiority complexes, right? And that, to a degree, it kind of explains democracy. But and it explains politics today too, because what is politics? Is you thinking that you're right. So you want to be superior because you think you're right. So you want to force other people who also think they're right to be like you. And now you got to fight. Now you got a coliseum. Now you've got a lion and a tiger. You get to fight each other. And the lion and tiger don't realize that they're both going to die by the coliseum owner even after one wins the fight. Everybody has these superiority complexes, not because they're bad people, but because they're indoctrinated to have that. And we need to educate ourselves. Everything else, like technology is not slowing down. It's constantly evolving. It's we as people who have to socially, and even through government structures, we have to evolve. Very good point, G. They include a medicine cabinet above the sink. It's central feature. Exactly, Deborah Chandler. In every house, every single house, every house you go into, they make sure they got a medicine cabinet. It's a default. They literally built oh my goodness. I think we talked about that a few weeks ago, Deborah. It's amazing, like when you really start to connect the dots. Wow, every single house, who was it with the Rockefellers with pharmaceutical? Every single house has a John D. Rockefeller pharmaceutical, or was the Mellons? I forgot which one. Cabinet right above their sink. That's some Eddie Bernays propaganda book, Sigmund Freud type stuff. Why? Because you get a house, and you're gonna buy the drugs. Why? Because there's an empty cabinet that you gotta fill. It's crazy. And of course, outside of the fact, there's a daggone gasoline station, bank, and drug company or pharmacia on every corner. Like if people, I asked that question the other day, a few months ago. If people in your country are starving and dying and they're in like artificial scarcity and nobody's coming to help them, and you got two political parties that couldn't give two damns about any of them, all you got to do is go look on the corners and find out who did that to you. That's it. Follow the money. Key bono. All you got to do is follow the money. Go look on every single corner. I tell you this, I don't know about your state. My state, every single corner is a bank, CVS, a Walgreens, a pharmaceutical company, a gas station. And isn't that who broke the world? Isn't that who broke the nation? Isn't that who bought all the politicians and bought the two parties? Those are all Rockefeller, Rothschild companies. They're thriving. Why are they thriving and all the other industries are dying? Why are they thriving and people are literally dying? We're literally in a treason genocide from all sides of government. Keep on up. Follow the money. Because in a currency system like this, when you have central banks, everybody needs the money. And those who got the most of it, that's probably the one that's starving the people. But people don't see that. They think the Democrats and Republicans are there for them. So, I just leave it at that. My marriage proposal. Somebody got a marriage proposal. What happened? All right, it went down. Maybe that's why the appreciation of the little things, growing up without the basic necessities. Yes, Trish. And that was a core common value of barbarians, right? Which is why a lot of our families have that. Those old wise sayings, live within your means. That was one of the greatest posts I ever did. I asked people, I said, what was the wise quote from, your family or culture, whatever? A lot of wise quotes is handed down, truth. Live within your means, right? Why? Because when you live outside your means, somebody else is paying the price for it. They don't tell people that. That's why I'm like, live within my means. In my means, I don't have a lot of means. I don't have a lot of needs. That's why I'm pretty much a minimalist. I used to let TV tell me what I needed. And now I don't let TV tell me what I need. And I'm an adult. And I realize I really don't need much. I'm high on life. I've lived a great life. And I got a great life. I don't have anything to complain about. And anytime I think I got something to complain about, where I'll go hire some legislators to steal something from somebody else for me with a piece of law in a police state, I go look at another country. I'm like, wow, look how the kids live there. I ain't got nothing to complain about. Go drive down the street to the trailer park. Just go sit in the trailer park and just sit there and watch for a couple of hours. Go down there and sit in the ghetto and just watch for a couple. Just go on down to the barrio, sit and watch for a couple. Go on down to the poorest parts of Mexico, just watch for a little while. You see how good you actually got it. Then you realize that, yeah, you want to live you're within your own means. And you read books, you do your research, educate yourself. You start reading Confessions of an Economic Hitman. Start realizing where the wealth of America came from. It's not because we're smart, it's because we're notorious. And we've always been. And that's the biggest failing of this deep state, kill engine, oppression, currency-based system of a two-party American government. That's its greatest failing. Is all the systems it's using to keep the boot on everybody's neck is full of people. And people got children. And people got families. And every now and then you get a whistleblower who ain't scared to say the truth. All right. Hey, get out of here. Wow, it's 10:46. All right, I got to get to slavery. Any last questions so we can go? Oh, goodness gracious. Kelly talking about okra. He needs to get that cleaned up. Climate change happening in my neighborhood. Ice coating, everything is now melting in the sunlight and crashing on the ground. The climate changes, but yeah, we need to change faster. Yeah, and this is the point, Debs, is that we can't have any secrets. We talk about that every day. You can't have a government with secrets. You can't have it. You can't have corporations with secrets anymore because weird things are happening with the weather, and that damn harp ship is out there doing something. We need to just be honest and say that we're stupid. We need an open source society where there are no secrets so we can make sure all technology is deployed to help people. Let me see. Electromagnetic, oh, there you go. Here you go, Miss Tree, telling people some honest stuff. Electromagnetic gravitics, everybody on this planet needs to know what that word is. You can only gut/abort Mama Earth till she quakes enough to swallow you up into the bowels of hell, possibly to arrive another fossil in the distant land. So a whole lot there, Miss Tree. I'm trying to swallow all of it, but the reality is everybody needs to know what magnetic gravitics are, right? That we literally have free energy that can free the planet, free everybody from what enslaves them, and that's gravity. And when you talk about those things, that's when your videos get deleted. That's when your videos get demonetized. When your videos, it's because it's an important thing. That's why everybody goes to work, is because we aren't utilizing the technology of the day and the real technology that's kept from us from helping people. We're just using it to kill people. That's why I talk about it all the time, because mistreat people say things like, oh, well, all the problems, you ain't got no solutions. I'm like, literally, solutions everywhere. Everywhere, every single solution, everyone. All the solutions were patented and classified. All right. No excuses for voting now when you know what's going on. Show's over. And that's the point, Trish. There's no excuse for voting. Like if you finally read enough into it and you have enough empathy and you actually put the other people's shoes on, I can't see how you would be voting. I don't see it. My mind can't fathom. I understand why people who haven't read the books. I understand why people who haven't looked at the history. I understand why people who are locked in their own communities and haven't seen outside. I understand why they're voting. I can't understand why anybody who can read and write, has internet access, is out there voting anymore. We are literally flirting with the end of the human race. It's like the earth is it's an extinction engine. It is literally there to drive and create new species. And after a while, it resets itself. And that's why I think that Adam and Eve story was classified, because they don't really want people spending too much time talking about instant pole shifts that kill everybody off. You know, we don't get to stay here. Everything stays here, goes extinct. Like, and the other thing is, do you think it's an accident? You really think that we are random primordial goo that evolved the ability to have some consciousness and sentience on a planet that's got billions of other species, and only one is showing signs of increased intelligence? See, I don't think that's an accident. And all the others who don't do that, they'll all go extinct. You know, our options are we stay here and we go extinct, fighting over oil and political party and who's right, and if mermaids are real, and you know, if the aliens took my baby and abducted whatever. We're gonna keep fighting over politics and dumb stuff, letting the cabal have their wars, or we're gonna get off of this rock. You know, but either way, like I said, I'm fine with whichever way it goes, because if we can't evolve sentience and get out of these identities that create the conflict that are given to us to get us to fight in the coliseum called Earth and currency systems, then we should go extinct. We got to get the hell off this planet. That's what Ivan is talking about. Talk about ancient archaeology. That's why I love ancient archaeology, because it's obvious we don't come from here. It's obvious that previous civilizations were far advanced and they all went extinct because they never evolved out of that 98% tribal monkey thing where you need to turn on somebody else. All right. Good morning. What's up, Sister Lori? She down there in Texas. Lori done had enough. She's like, I'm done with Philly. She got the hell out of there. I saw that. Sister Lori's like, I ain't staying in Philly. No, she went to Texas. She found herself a warm state. I ain't mad at you, sis. That was the right thing to do. We freezing up here. It's cold, wet, rainy, nasty. Although the sun is out today, I understand. I need to get to a warmer state myself. The answer is none your business. I like none your business, Lord. The answer is none your business. When people want to like change you, the answer is none your business. It's none your business. Everybody need to mind their own business. And you know, as kids, Lord, what we say, mind your own beeswax. People need to mind their own beeswax. Let other people be them, you be you. You work on you. You got enough problems in that mirror that you need to be fixing, that you don't need to be fussing with nobody else over anything. Consciousness. You solving you and helping other people do what they need to do to solve them. That's what we need to do. That's how we get out of this. Stop telling other people what to do. None your business. None your business what they believe. None your business what they're up to. Your only business is helping other people discover consciousness, which means that we're helping other people have food, houses, water, cars, safety, and the things they need to. All right, let's get to the last of it. That's it, Deborah. Politics is it's all parlor tricks. All parlor tricks. Let me see. Good morning, Amy. How you doing this morning? I'm trying to make sure I got everybody's comments from everybody. I'm doing the best that I can. It's hard. Let me see. If they're raising us for food, then they need to stop loading us with pesticides. Not good for them. All right. They are probably raising us for food. They're probably whoever put us here, the aliens or something. I don't think it's for food. I think that, I don't know what I think, to be honest with you. It's just so weird because there's so many theories out there, like how we got here. You know, you go back to the ancient texts, they say they were using us to mine gold. You know, they say that we were a prison planet. They say a lot of different things. You know, you got the religious ones that say, you know, we're here to love thy neighbor and thou shalt not kill, steal, and do all that. And of course, all we do is hate our neighbor. Cover what they got, steal, rob, and kill, and make it a model in legislation. I don't know why we're here, and I don't know who asked that. Church, I'm not sure that that's so important to me as what we need to be doing. Right? Like, I think it's interesting, and I love the theories of why we're here, if we came from aliens or whatever it is. No, I ain't turning the damn music off. Kelly, I gotta go. I'm in slavery. I gotta go. Um, it's more important what we do for the next generation. Right? It's more important that we take the technology of the time and deploy it for these kids who are depending on us, the next generation. I think that's more important. Like, what I think we'll discover in time while we're here, you know, freeing up a lot of the archaeological sites and promoting alternative archaeology helps us to kind of discover how we got here, what the ancients said that our elites didn't like to hide from us. All the technology that I think that they're trying to find from the other pole shift periods where they obviously made megaliths and things that we can't explain today because they had technology that we absolutely know that they had high technology. We know from the drill bit holes that are found in a lot of these ancient sites that they had highly efficient equipment. And I think that's the interest that Hitler and who is it? Hitler and Alexander the Great and the Americans all have in these archaeological sites, right? Like they have a fascination for what came before us, and I think they're just trying to find a drill, trying to find an old levitation car. And I think a UFO, it might actually just be an old levitation car from a previous civilization that was buried under some tomb somewhere, and whoever controls that controls everything. We talked about that a few days ago. If you make a technological advancement beyond your neighbors, then it means that you can rule your neighbors. And that's what governments, that's why their interest in the previous civilizations is that they want all the technology from the previous times. And the only difference between pole shift theory and what was said in that classified document, and that they still won't release it, that they redacted 80% of it, right? Like, that's huge if you think about it. Nikola Tesla documents, they've still redacted, was it 20% or something? If they are even honest of what they have. Martin Luther King, like 5% of his documents still redacted. JFK was like 11% the public can't know. 9/11 was 20-some% still hidden from the public. They will refuse to let you read it. And then you get to this thing called the Adam and Eve story, and they've redacted 80% of that document. Took out entire chapters of ancient understandings. It's because they know that we came from other people, and they know these Atlantis things were all probably real. And they want all the technology. If they're the first Huns to discover fast horses, then they can create a Hun empire. If they're the first Comanches to get horses from the Italians, then they become the dominating force in North America. If they're the first African tribes that get guns because they sell the other Africans to the Arab slave trade to go to America, then they dominate over there. It's the same way, right? You blame Britain. I don't blame Britain. Britain did what everybody else does. They got guns first, they got fireworks from China, and they proceeded to dominate the world. The problem isn't the empires, the problem isn't the 1%. The problem is us. We're the problem. We keep getting bit by tigers. We keep doing the Sigmund Freud and Freud. We keep playing with these things in the circus, and they keep biting us, and we keep having more shows. And we need to stop having shows. It's time to make a paradigm shift and a change on this planet. All right. Let's get going. A renaissance of great ideas now available. Yes, Adam, all over the place, isn't it? You know, a lot of great solutions and Renaissance thinking, a lot of great thinkers out there, and ain't none of them on mainstream television. Flipping the poles. Yes, Patricia, because when the poles flip, everybody dies. And you think about the way it was written in that document where, and I need to read it again because I actually want to do a video on it again. And like take what I've learned since then. That was what, a year ago we looked at that the first time, and like apply new thoughts to it. But when the pole shifts within hours, because that's the difference between the Adam and Eve story and all the other pole shift theories. Instead of like there being a lot of warning when it happens quickly. Instead of it taking days or weeks or months, the poles shift immediately. Not the magnetic poles, but the physical poles. And so, you know, winds in thousands of miles an hour, or hundreds of miles an hour, and tsunamis miles tall, enough to pretty much erase the entire planet and cover all the technology under miles of mud. Right? And that's why they call it the Adam and Eve story. It was a story about rediscovery of the planet. And it wasn't after 7 days, but it was after a period of time. Right? It came from the Naga text from India, or the Sanskrit text about the Naga gods, where after so much time they realized the land was here, the animals were here, the plants were here, and they could start again, and the sun came up. It was after a pole shift, and we know our next pole shift is coming, and people suspect, they theorize that the next pole shift is coming quickly. And if you survive the pole shift, everybody else gets wiped back to the caveman days, the few hundred or few thousand people that actually make it, then it means you rule the world. And the next Kali Yuga, whatever you want to call it, they have all the technology, and they're the aliens. They're the ones flying in anti-gravity ships. A lot of good theories there. We could go through that. Last couple comments on it. Oh. I gotta play the music, Kelly. I got to go, brother. I got to go. Where does Kelly live? Kelly lives out in Colorado. Colorado, right? I'm saying tell him his business. I'm telling him. I can tell him, Gerard. Yeah, you ain't got to answer for me. I can answer. False description of Atlantis and the archons, and the emerald tablets is everything that is happening today. Absolutely, Susan. Absolutely. And I only know part of what you're talking about. So I listened to the emerald tablets 2 or 3 times, and I'm missing a lot of pieces of it. So what I'm gonna need from you, Susan, is I'm gonna need you to do a live stream with me. I know you were bold enough to say something again after I put you on the spot. Y'all need to text. Y'all need to ask Susan. She needs to do a live stream. And you know what? And she doesn't even have to be. She's scared right now. She probably already clicked off. She gone. But she knows too much. She knows a lot. She's probably CIA. Susan probably CIA. Real talk. She knows way too much. To do a live stream and tell us, say, you know what, Gerard won't even put you on live. I just will put a picture of Susan right here, and she can talk in the background. But I think we could have a great discussion. That woman knows a whole lot about ancient archaeology, and that's stuff that Bob Lazar was talking about. When you listen to Susan explain, because I don't think Susan got life. I think Susan has no life. She absolutely none whatsoever. She's probably just like me. Ain't got no daggone life. Just watch ancient archaeology stuff all day and read, read books. But Bob Lazar said that. And that's the beautiful thing about today is everything has to link together, right? There is no biology and chemistry and ancient archaeology versus physics, but it all is one thing. In religion, in spirituality, it literally all is one thing. And if you are in one school of knowledge, you're going to be ignorant to how it all connects together. And that's what Nikola Tesla basically said. That's what Nassim Haramein, which is not his name, but that's the best I can do to pronounce it at the moment, said. And when you link all that together, it starts to make sense. And so when you listen to some of the things and watch Susan post about ancient archaeology, you realize Thoth was a real character. Wasn't lying. And he put the ships underground. And Bob Lazar said that some of the ships that they had were ancient. All right, there you go. There you go. This is Gerard. Love y'all to death. I'm out of here. It is time for slavery out here. Boss coming up the steps right now. That's the boss right there. I gotta go. It's time to get my bag of cotton and get the pickle. Bye-bye. Getting ready to lose my shot.